where E is passing and F is failing.
Oh, okay, yeah, we don't have that. Yeah, we don't have that E. That's incredible, you guys have an E.
Break! Big contact. Now run!
No S, no S. Holy shit, dude! Zuma! That's a gilf if I've ever seen one.
Hello guys, nice to meet you. I'm Leah, and this is Dying to Know. If you're dying to know what's going on in the world of
nice
Dying Light
pun.
2, then you're in the right place. Here we'll be showing you all the news for the latest from the Dying Light world.
Sure.
We'll be announcing a few contests, we'll be talking to developers, and probably most importantly, we're going to be showing you a brand new gameplay trailer where you can see the current state of the Dying Light 2 game. But first, there's someone here I need to introduce you to. It's Aiden Caldwell.
So you guys find her hot, but not amorous?
Outcast, roaming like a Japanese Ronin or an Old West desperado.
You guys are retarded.
My past is dark, but my future has a tiny, dying light at the end of this tunnel.
He said a name, Dying Light, he said it!
Hello, guys. My name is Jonas Scott, and I voice Aiden Caldwell in Dying Light 2. But before that, I'm gonna host this program with Leia, if you don't mind.
My pleasure. Well, I'm ready. Jonah's definitely ready. And I hope you're ready.
So if you're dying to know, just like us, then stick with us.
Okay, they keep saying dying. I get it. It's Dying Light. I get it. Stop fucking feeding.
The story told in Dying Light 2 occurs
said
20
dying
years
like 1,000
after the
times
events
already.
of the first game. And if you're wondering what happened in those intervening 20 years, well, there's no better person to ask than the Dying Light 2 world director, Thomas Gerber, with who I'll be talking in just a moment.
I'm gonna start counting her dying. I'll be speaking with Piet Jemenic, the narrative director of the game, so about the characters that appear in Dying Light 2.
That's 3 dying. That's 3 dyings in like 1 minute. I'm counting it. I think I did like...
Welcome to the show, Thomas. So the first question I have for you today is, do I need to have played Dying Light 1 to sort of
11,
understand what's happening
12.
in Dying Light 2?
No, actually, you don't. Like you mentioned before, our game takes place some 20 years later, in a world where humankind has lost the war to the virus. So, in a way, you could say that Dying Light 2 takes us to the world beyond the apocalypse.
Intriguing.
That's 13
Right,
Dying
tell me
Lights,
more,
or dying.
please.
Well, you remember the events of Heron in 2014. Well, after that, world leaders, they had a tough choice to make. They had to isolate the city of Heron.
Right.
For that, they created an exclusion zone. Like in Chernobyl, only a lot more people were left to die inside the walls.
Yeah, right. So they just isolated the entire city.
This is a cool
did it
scenery,
help?
though.
Did it stop
This is
the
cool
virus?
background.
Yeah, for a while it worked. Enough for everyone to forget about it, at least. Only in secret, a handful of scientists continued to study the virus. You know, manipulating its DNA, creating new strains. They were
Like
looking for
COVID!
commercial military applications. You know, they're doing it for the money, really.
Yeah, of course. So
Not funny, I mean,
what
not funny.
happened next?
COVID is not funny.
Well, next, the shit hit the fan. By Christmas 2021, one of these mutated strains escaped from a level 4 laboratory located near Geneva. We don't really know if this was accidental or not, but this time the virus was much faster than any government. Before the world could react, civilization was on the brink of collapse.
Do you
People
guys
were
know what he's
dying in
talking
the
about?
streets,
'Cause
capital
I don't know
cities
what he's
were
talking about.
burning. By the end of 2023, 98% of the population had been lost to the virus. There was a few settlements remaining, but only one city was still standing. The last
That's
bastion
the
of mankind,
storyline.
or city, Villador, aka the city.
Right, so Villador is what we have left. So that's everything that's happened outside.
We want
of the city.
gameplay!
What actually happened inside Villador?
Well,
Let's see what
the
chat's
city has
doing.
unique rules. First of all, it's surrounded by seemingly impassable walls. And inside the walls, the people that decided to use a radical new weapon against the infection, which actually gave them the upper hand in the first stages of the pandemic.
They sound
Also
retarded.
created
I just saw
terrifying new monster archetypes.
What the hell is wrong
16
with
years
this?
on, a new equilibrium sort of emerged in the city. By daylight, human factions fight to control the city, and at night, the streets become the realm of these
That's
thirsty,
actually pretty
infected
cool.
monsters.
Great. Well, that is extremely interesting. Thank you very much, Thomas. And we'll be hearing more about the vibrant and fantastic city soon, I hope. But first, I think we need to hear a little bit more about the characters.
Didn't play it, DG? I was trying to play it, but I'm gonna play it before the game comes out.
Our second guest is a man of 2 industries, cinema and gaming. In a previous life, he wrote the hit HBO series Wataha?
Wataha, yeah.
What the hell?
And then he moved on to Techland to become a narrative director. Piet Jemenic.
Hi, guys.
The
Thank
hit
you.
series
So,
Watata.
we have plenty of
old
time
are
to
you
talk
when you
about the rest of the
graduate
characters in
high
Dying Light
school
2.
in
There are
USA?
tons
18
of them.
usually.
But today, I think we want to focus on
18,
Aiden Caldwell,
17.
the protagonist. You want to talk more about him? Or?
Yeah, sure. So, Aiden, he's the member of Outcasts, you know, the group of people traveling through this dangerous world of Dying Light 2 called pilgrims, because he's looking for his relative, the person whom he lost many, many years ago.
This story
and
sounds like
that person
Jacob Reed's
is
story.
his only memory from the
RP
past,
character.
and the only answer to whom Aiden really is.
Aiden is a really rich, deep character, very much cooler than I am.
Oh, no, come on.
I mean, he can run
Oh.
across buildings, jump from rooftop to rooftop, use all kinds of weapons.
Yeah, well, you know,
This
he
looks
didn't
cool.
have much choice. This world
reminds
is
me of
full
Mirror
infected,
Mirror's
bloodthirsty
Edge, if you ever
creatures,
played it
so
before.
he didn't have much choice, right?
Like a Mirror's
The
Edge.
weak die,
Dead
the
Island
strong
cross
survive, and Aiden,
match,
he just
sex
has
breed.
to be strong. But why did he
This
come
kind of
like
story
that?
is repetitive, you
Why,
think?
why him? That's the main question of the game, and the player will have opportunity also to decide how Aiden will evolve. Will he help the weak? Will it distract him
Oh, that'd
from
be so
his main
cool
goal?
if you could pick your
Or
own,
maybe
like,
he will
like
just
sort of like
strive
Insidious,
to
or not Insidious,
the end of
Infamous.
his search as soon as possible.
Where you could pick
I
if
can't
you're good or
imagine
bad.
trying to survive or
Good or
live
bad
in a
karma.
city like that as a lone wolf by yourself without any kind of
That would be actually
support.
fog.
Well, he's not gonna be alone, you know. He will meet many people. But again, depending on the player choices, some of them
Yo, what's
will
up, buddy?
become
Good
his
morning.
allies, but some of them will become his enemies. One of the group he will encounter are the Night Runners.
Night Runners!
The former
no!
special force officers who were sick of the army's cynicism and lack of concern for common people. But they were brave enough to help the people during
You're
the
a
night.
loser.
And the
You will
night,
always
as
be
you
a
know,
loser.
is
you.
Your life
pretty
is shitty. It
horrifying
will
in the
always
game.
be shitty.
Yeah, so
Looks
Aiden
like a
joins
dick,
them,
bitch.
joins the Night Runners.
Thank you so much, El
That's
Morris.
the
Coming for
question,
that,
my
but
friends,
it's a huge
the
follow.
player will have to answer too. I won't spoil the pleasure of discovering Aiden's actions and true motivations, but what I can share with
This
you
background is not bad. I like
the
it.
fact that
I'm not a big
really
fan of the window.
put big effort to make this character and many others complex and multidimensional. But there is so much more to be discovered during the game.
Oh, it's fascinating. Can't wait to learn more. Thank you so much, Piet.
Thank you, thank you.
PogChamp!
So before we watch the gameplay trailer of Dying Light 2 for the first time, we need
That's
to talk
14.
about something which is basically the center of the Dying Light universe, which is...
I like that we don't have
community.
masks on. That's
Over
good.
the past
that means,
few years,
we're
Dying
getting
Light has
better.
amassed over
As
23
a-
million
that means
players
you're taking
and
shots
a
and all that. COVID is
95%
dying
positive
out.
review rating on Steam.
which in Steam Talk is
15. I said dying,
overwhelmingly
lol.
positive, so bravo.
We'd like to take a few seconds and thank you guys.
Thank you all
Aw.
for being on this journey with us.
No
Thank you for
problem.
sharing your
I did
love with others
absolutely
of Dying
nothing.
Light. And thank you for these great moments spent together.
Show gameplay Resident Sleeper. I know, dude.
Dying Light 1 has some
see what
amazingly
chat's
creative
doing.
fans, which is fantastic, pardon the pun, because we're going to be starting a brand new contest which will combine your love
Oh
of
my
Dying
God,
Light with
this
that
chat
same
is
creativity.
fucking
With the release date of
degenerates.
Dying Light 2 drawing ever closer, we'd like to extend our hand and invite you to make the community a little bit bigger. If you find yourself skilled in the ways of
At the
visual
conference of
arts,
Boxing Fights, they
writing,
barely have
costumes, and
masks, too.
cosplay, please
Oh,
join the
that's
Dying
good.
Light universe.
So check out dyinglightgame.com/contest, and if you win, there's a fantastic monetary prize on the line. But also, there's some other great rewards you could be in with a chance with winning
Why
as well.
are they pushing this game so
Platinum
hard? That's my
edition of Dying
question.
Light.
Dying Light 1 was not even that crazy. Why are they
Look
pushing
at
this game so hard?
This is the finest edition of Dying Light ever made. This is the Platinum edition of Dying
Thank
Light.
you, Mel.
This has every bit of content
Did you
ever
know it was
released
vlog?
for Dying Light in one place. It's massive. I mean, look at it.
For those of you who haven't experienced Dying Light yet, we are introducing Dying Light 1 Platinum
Yeah,
Edition.
I agree with
It's
you.
the biggest and most complete
But we're
edition
gonna-
to have ever
We're probably gonna
existed.
forget
And we're
after
offering
a
it
couple
to you
months
now
after.
at a historically low
go back to
price.
normal.
All the content, lowest price.
It's literally no better time to buy than now, and you
What?
can get it on Steam, Xbox, and
What? How
PlayStation.
much? How
Get your
much? I'm
Platinum
checking.
edition of Dying
I'm
Light
checking.
now.
I'm
This is the
checking.
best offer, like,
Sorry.
ever. I guess we don't have time to go over everything that's in the Platinum edition, but it is everything. This is how it looks.
Oh my God! Bro, there's no price. This game looks okay, not bad. Holy shit, it looks actually pretty nice. Now I need to find someone that's willing to one-tap this game with me. Or I'll do it alone, one of the two. Either I play this game alone or I one-tap it with someone.
Okay, so I'm excited because you
someone.
guys are in just a
By
second
the way, this is what
gonna
it
see
says.
the
It
official
says-
gameplay
it says
trailer
no
for
price.
Dying Light 2. And then
Oh,
after that, we're
shit.
gonna interview some of the devs that made it possible.
So, without further ado, here it is.
Hey everyone.
Oh shit.
We've been quiet for some
Sorry.
time, since, like the rest of the world, we had some unforeseen hurdles to clear.
Sorry.
But the wait is over. Let's dive into the open world of Dying Light 2.
I didn't see any price for this incredible.
Shut up, Gerber.
Oh,
Last
huge
slice of
raid!
Dying
Thank you
Light
so
2
much,
Shut up,
Lee.
Gerber.
is the mission from the main
Gerber for
story.
Shut up, Gerber.
You get out the door.
Thank you for a huge raid.
Shut up, Gerber.
You saw how your decisions influenced the narrative and notably
Slim
changed the
raid, slim
environment.
raid indeed, slim champ. Welcome to the jungle.
Time, we want to give you a broader look at the game and a
Come for that,
sneak peek
button.
at some of the things we'll be talking about in the upcoming months.
Oh, say no. So how are you doing? What's going on? Why is it, baby? Hydrate.
In
I will.
Dying Light 2, you become Aiden Caldwell, an outsider
I'm just
trying
watching
to
Dying Light
unravel
2, boys.
a tangled mystery
Thank you so
from
much,
his
Steve.
past. Its trail
And
leads him
cheers.
to the city, probably the last bastion of mankind in the world.
Shit!
The
At
game looks
first,
good.
You feel like this intense, brutal place will tear.
But yeah, I
you
want to play
apart.
this game. I want
Then
to
you
one-tap
meet the
it.
Night Runners,
So
veteran
I don't know if I
survivors
need to
who
play
help
alone
people
or play
in
with
better
somebody.
days.
But it'll be possibly a 24-hour stream
Hey, guys.
if it's
You
big
were a
game.
night runner. You used to help people, remember?
Night runners are gone. Finished. A myth.
Huge.
And although it's not entirely clear you can trust them, you need allies in the dark. And these are the modern Dark Ages. It's been 15 years since the
Okay.
apocalypse, and the world has changed.
It looks good.
The
This
old
game looks
civilization has
nice,
fallen,
dude.
but a new one has been built on its ashes.
Volatile.
People fight
Okay.
desperately for scarce resources. Rules are broken, and weakness is
You get
punished.
decapitated.
She's innocent.
Oh my
Three factions
god!
struggle for position in the city. Survivors pride themselves on being
That's
able
how
to
your
adapt to
stream
any
ended.
circumstances and cobble together safe zones almost everywhere.
We'll watch that after.
Peacekeepers, loyal soldiers who want to impose their version of law and order and trample all in their path. Renegades, ex-prisoners serving their ruthless colonel, seeking to become sole rulers of the city.
Where is Waltz? Make him tell me.
Oh my god! Ah, my fucking
Use
jaw!
these factions to reach your goal. Help or harm them to reshape the city to
W
your
and L
liking.
and
Just
Okay,
remember,
I'll watch it after this.
each faction contains
Dumb bitch.
complex characters.
I'm sorry I left early because I was trying to help
Nosy
them learn how
Parker,
to
ain't
play.
ya?
But
Got
then
some
I got.
kind of bad habit of yours?
I didn't want to play RP after that.
So, will you follow cold calculation or your
Okay,
heart?
fuck.
The bazaar needs good people. Help us and you'll find a home here.
I'm gonna do a
Some
degenerate
in the
run.
city offer no
Kill
chance
everybody.
for an alliance. Bandits, outlaws, and common thugs live only to plunder and kill, plunging the streets into chaos.
Yo, this game looks so good, dude. Whoa!
Yet,
Nice.
nightfall scares all of them equally.
Going back to Dying Light, can't wait, dude.
Darkness changes the rules of the world. As the light fails, monsters crawl out of hiding
I like
to
this
prey on the
concept.
poor souls caught outside the
That
safety
the zombies are
of
just not
UV
everywhere.
rays.
They're like, you know,
Hordes of
berries.
infected
That's
pour
false.
into the streets like decaying lava. The deadly spawn of 15 years of mutation and evolution.
Holy shit, dude.
Your only escape escape, exploit the city's verticality and flee to the roofs. Though even there, you are never safe from swift and deadly virals.
Jesus Christ! The UVs do work.
Even greater threat. Yet night brings opportunity as well. Nests rife with infected during the day now lie
I
empty.
fucking love running in the night. Why?
To
Scary,
explore them,
no?
you must tread carefully. But those brave enough to face the terrors of the night can loot a jackpot.
Oh, so night has a risk and reward type of thing. That's actually pretty pog. Really? More safe and high difficulty at night?
Luckily,
no annoying
you
runners?
have all the tools you need to survive.
Action? There's no runners at night. Okay.
Your extraordinary parkour skills allow you to navigate
Dude, this
even the
game
most
looks
treacherous
nice,
terrain.
dude. Holy shit. I hope it runs well on PC. It's getting loud. I hope it runs well on PC.
On the roofs, you can count on your parkour
Oh!
acrobatics to
Say that,
save your
bitch!
life. But often, you'll have to face your enemies head on.
Ooh,
And
DK.
then you have to be smart, resourceful, and determined.
Stealth.
We've worked hard on the essence of our combat.
Oh my God.
Making sure swinging a big, meaty weapon is
Holy
fun,
shit.
satisfying, and well executed. But even the most brutal fights can be tactical
Oh, nice,
as well.
nice flex.
You have multiple ways to hone
Nice
your
flex,
skills toward the
Texler,
gameplay
Texler.
style that suits you best.
Texler. Nice
It's
flex.
up to you if
Holy
you focus
shit!
mostly on mobility and parkour,
Oh my
or
God!
aggressive, blunt force combat, or a crafty approach where the tools you've created get the job done. Every
Actually,
ability
not
you
bad.
learn can be a game
Oh
changer
my God.
and possibly a new favorite move.
Parkour. That looks clean. It does look clean too, real.
Things move fast and quick in Dying Light 2. Each moment matters. Each move could mean triumph or defeat.
Booba.
Choose your actions and friends carefully. Everything you do in the city.
I really
can
hope
shape
you
the
could choose your
gameplay
friends
environment,
and choose who you
change
ally
the
with.
course of the narrative and decide the fate
I hope it's
of
not
the
like,
city's
oh my
residents.
God!
But most importantly, you decide your own fate as well.
You're about to
That guy got fucking
Make
clapped.
sure to
Oh my gosh,
stay
he's so hot.
human.
You only saw it for 5 seconds. I can't touch that.
An extensive
That looked pretty good.
post-apocalyptic world. And I really like that divisiveness. You know, the life on the roof and then death on the streets.
Yeah, like the intensity of the day and the
She
night
is. I love her
together.
accent. I love
It's almost
British
like Dying Light
accents.
2 is two different
Oh
games
my
put
God,
together into
dude,
one.
so
Yeah, like
sexy.
despite all the brutality going on the ground floor, there's something about like the rooftops and the plants. and
It's
stuff.
cozy.
Yeah, I kind of want to be there. But it does feel like every decision is vital. Like your
Gameplay,
choices actually do
weird
have some
shit,
consequences.
Choices and
okay, Chad,
consequences are
talking?
incredibly
Weird Chad,
vital to
true.
Dying Light 2's gameplay. And we're going to interview some devs and talk about some other very vital gameplay mechanics.
Here we go. More talking, boys. Prepare your resident sleepers, boys.
Our next guest is
Let's see what
Adrian
chat's doing.
Pizza Shizevsky. Hi.
Welcome, and that gameplay looked
Oh,
awesome.
Kamara.
I know we can't wait to get our hands on it,
Resident
but
sleeper.
congrats.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like you guys have a very
Backseat
unique
sleeper,
world
okay,
and a very unique game. Where y'all get your inspiration from?
Oh, that was a
The
research.
mods are fucking
We did
cleaning
a
up
deep
real
dive
quick.
into the history of our
I'll bet you
world,
get you.
and
I'll
we
be
found
back, Bobo Chat.
repetitive
Okay.
patterns.
I'll be
We
here, Bobo
found
Chat. Okay, see you
that
later, Bobo.
people use the same behaviors in the past after the fall of civilization or after the fall of the nation that's supposed to be a backbone of our world. So our approach was super simple. We just copycat those behaviors and attitudes and show you how our world would look like after the fall. However, it's kind of obvious that the main reason that civilization fall is virus pandemic or eventually the economical collapse. Yeah, that's basically obvious thing. But it's even darker if you connect those things with the research we did at the beginning of the production. So people will question everything. They're gonna blame
More talking.
everything
Caboose?
and everyone that's
That's not
supposed to
caboose.
guide us in our lives every day. So they're gonna blame governments, they're gonna blame law, they're gonna blame
Caboose.
science, or
Yeah.
even religion. Some people might,
Oh, you guys
might
can't
ask
see 'em.
themselves
Sorry,
that
chat.
where was God when
Not
it
like you
happened
guys
to us,
care.
basically, you know.
No.
So I feel that all of those things together creates the sensation that it's a giant step backward for our civilization.
I actually don't know what you just
Dying
said.
Light 2 has a subtitle, Stay Human. What does
Why are there
that
so many
mean?
mods?
Well, it's super hard to remember those values that makes us human. So like compassion or support.
What do you mean, so many mods?
The entire fall that those dark
Oh,
times we
in
have
chat?
is a big
How long you gonna
test
stream for?
everyone. And
I
I,
don't
think
know.
it's even harder test
Maybe like
because
3
to
more hours, 4
stay
more
human,
hours?
people would sacrifice what's the most important for them or sometimes risk their lives.
Wow, so that's like really intense. And there's like the obvious like double meaning to it, which is what I was
In this
thinking.
chat,
Stay
okay.
human, don't become a zombie.
Yeah, but one disclaimer, those are not zombies, you know,
Oh.
those are infected
they have
people that turn to
132K,
be a
dude,
monster. They're
viewers.
just crossing a line, you know, and they're turning to be a monster, you know. Because in Dying Light we all infected. Yeah, we all wearing this biomarker, you know it, and you're wearing this, I'm wearing this. That's a watch.
Yeah, we do a lot of that.
You know,
We just
yeah,
got
so
modded.
that's the thing. So the challenge is to not cross this line at
think
all
so?
costs. So that's
I don't think- I
the
think this
biggest
game's gonna be
challenge of
one tap.
staying human in this meaning.
I see, yeah, not zombies.
Yeah, we just got
Not
that
zombies.
mechanic. Yeah, why
People
not
have crossed the
I
line.
don't mind.
Right, well, fascinating. Thank you so much, Adrian. We're definitely going to be hearing from you again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Fog! I didn't understand what he just said. I literally don't know what he just said.
We have with us Katarzyna Tarnacka, the environmental art director.
Hi.
Damn!
And we have game designer Michał Duzak.
Hello. So, choices and consequences. The player has to make a choice, and they have to experience or endure the consequences.
Jesus.
What does that mean?
Basically, the whole system of choice and consequences is really, really complex. I would say the best way to describe it is that player is making the decisions based on 3 layers. First one are the choices that you do during the main story missions. And those big changes are actually can change the whole game or even how the story ends. The second layer
Oh, say
are
Michelle.
choices
What's her name, Michelle?
that you do while the quests. And those
I don't know what her
choices
name
can
was.
actually,
I actually don't know what
influence
they're
the
saying.
mission itself. And the last one, the last layer is
I like his
so-called
glasses.
city alignment system. And I, as a open world game designer, would like to focus on.
Open
Please do, go on.
All right, so water and electricity are basically a key to survive in every world. By restoring it, player cannot
Where do
not
you think-
only
where do you think
unlock
he's
the
from?
water or electricity
Wait,
in the
Dying Light
area,
2
but he can
is
also,
out?
based on
No,
his decision,
dickhead.
assign it
This
to
is,
one of the
game
factions,
show, not the game show.
which will influence how the district looks
the
like
reveal
or
or whatever.
who's going to live inside of it. But it also, what is pretty more important for a player, unlock new tools for him, like unique tools for each factions, like car traps, zip lines, or a trampoline. That player can use in exploration to deal with bandits or infected,
This looks good,
or
dude.
simply to move faster through the city. So
Pac-Man,
basically,
Pac-Man.
based on your choices, you shape the game environment, which gives you a different experience every time you start a new game.
I really hope
And
so. They better not
what
be
is worth
trolling.
mentioning here that Dying Light 2 is playable up to 4 co-op players.
4
so you can
co-op
host the game
players?
or join other
By the way,
players
it's a
and
Polish
see how
game
their
also,
choices
Polish.
came up differently to your own.
Interesting.
I'm probably just gonna do.
There's one thing I'm really curious about, though. Night
players,
versus
though.
day. How does the gameplay differ from the night and the day?
Well, the short answer is that day is for humans and
night is
is
for
the
zombies.
monsters.
Yep, yep, yep.
But to describe it a little bit better, I would say that during the day, humans, factions, bandits, or survivors scavenging the city,
That makes sense.
searching
That's actually
for some
pretty
scraps
cool. I like
or
that.
someone who might have them. And this is the best time for a player to explore the city, meet its citizens, learn the stories, day-to-day agenda, or even simply help them in a quest or open world activities to survive those dark ages.
True.
Yeah. And that sounds quite pleasant, but I'm guessing night changes everything.
Exactly, exactly. During the night, all the infected get out of the buildings. And compared to the Dying Light 1, the night is going to be even more intense this time. Intense in
More
terms of the
intense.
amount of enemies,
no.
the new types, and new, more
That means
aggressive
more
behaviors.
lag.
And
Lol.
what is important, this time night can mean also opportunity. An opportunity for the players who are courage and
No.
skilled enough to use the fact that all the infected
How
are
about I run this
outside
game?
and buildings are accessible to explore them and search for the most valuable loot in the game.
Katarzyna, you're responsible for the post-apocalyptic look of the city. Can you tell us a little bit how
15
about the
FPS
city
trailer.
became to look that way?
Yes, I guess the important thing to realize is in
It's
2025,
cinematic FPS.
a decision
True.
was made to use a chemical attack to stop the spread of the Haran virus And the result is a tight ring of chemically active areas around the city. Some of the chemicals have gotten into the groundwater and spread under the surface, killing every living plant and every living thing in its reach. What it means for the city is that the street levels are virtually dead. The soil is unable to sustain any life, any plant, and the street level is a domain of the monsters, just decaying in every aspect.
Wow. So it sounds like there's just no healthy organic life down there.
Really good
Not really. The survival on the street level is pretty tough. So the common people are just visitors there. But the life prevailed. It moved up to the rooftops. And this is where the plants are flourishing and blooming in the post-apocalyptic landscape. And this is where people build and develop the new world of Dying Light 2. Electricity producing windmills and safe zones for the player. And in a way, in a metaphorical sense, the rooftops are the new default ground floor, the level 0.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And trip to the streets is, in a way, a trip underground, a minus one of sorts.
That makes a lot of sense.
Corpse of a lost civilization.
Yeah, that's to say the least. I can't imagine being a citizen living in that city, let alone being a player, and how challenging that's going to be.
Yeah, and hold that thought. Thank you very much for joining us today, but it's now time to introduce our next guests.
Why is everything always louder than you? Your volume
With this
thing
now
is
are
fucked.
Bartosz
What are you
and
talking
Peter.
about?
And guys,
I'm just
I
not
have
talking
one
fucking
question
loud
about the
because
open
we're
world
watching
Dying
a
Light
fucking
2.
thing.
How
I'm
big
gonna
is it?
fucking scream.
Pretty big.
Oh, you want to hear the fucking
know that.
goddamn
Can you tell us a little bit more?
shit? Dying Light
Yes,
trash.
of course. The map in Dying Light 2 is divided into 2 huge regions and several zones.
Okay.
There are plenty leftovers from the lost civilization for
Quieter
you to
the game
scatter.
because
But
talk
we
louder.
didn't want our players to perceive the map only
ass!
horizontally. So we see the map as a multi-level 3D world that supports your traversal
This game looks so
and
good.
helps you solve parkour puzzles.
I hope it's not buggy
calling
when it comes
multiplayer
out.
open
I
world
believe it's gonna be
exploration.
really buggy
And
when
you
it
know,
comes out. That's my
the movement
thing.
system from
But
Dying
what
Light
game is it
1,
though?
we remove every restriction from the player. You can move everywhere you want, how you want to do it. And when I think about it, I think that was a big challenge for us to create the geometry that supports all of that. And we did it, and I think we did
Cyberpunk
it well.
level?
Doing the same thing in Dying Light
Maybe.
2 wasn't our goal. We want to make one or
Maybe.
more step forward to surprise the player expectation. That's why we doubled the
I
number
feel like
of
every
parkours.
game that does
Doubled.
like a
And,
shit like
I mean,
this,
it's
like
not
a
there was
showcase,
shortage in
it
Dying
comes
Light
out
1, so
as
what?
scuffed as
Yes,
possible.
the
Don't know
iconic
why.
Dying Light
Always
1
scuffed.
parkour is essential.
dog
there.
shit.
We improve it. We double the number of parkour moves. The players will see over 3,000
And this-
different parkour animations.
This hurts
From
them
the
because
basic move, to the tricks,
this
to the
increases
small little
the
tasty
consumer's
details there that you
expectation.
can see it.
If
Okay,
they
well,
can't reach this-
unfortunately,
if they
I'm going to
can't
have to
meet
stop you
or
there,
exceed
but
the
don't hate me because in the next
expectations,
episode, we're going to be
then
talking more
people
about
are mauled.
parkour and how the team have managed to make an authentic urban running experience in Dying Light 2.
Thank you guys so much for the information. Bartosz, Peter, it's been a pleasure.
Thank
So
you.
it's gonna be interesting
Thank
to
you
see this
very
game come out, to be honest. I'm gonna play regardless if it's scuffed or good or bad, but you know.
Okay, so the last and arguably the most important question I'm sure you have is when is the release date?
Yes,
Yeah,
finally.
That is a very, 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 very important question.
Yes, when's the
And
release
luckily,
date?
we have the answer. And that answer is the 7th of December.
Waited years to say that out loud.
Are you kidding?
And now that we know the release date of the
see what
game,
chat
it's
says.
time for you to go pre-order it. Go to dyinglight.com/pre-order, select your platform, and then hit pre-order. And there you go.
Fuck,
Congratulations. You just pre-ordered one of the most anticipated
Lol.
games of this year. Go you.
30 minutes for just that?
Oh,
30 minutes just for that, lol.
Well, I've got good news for you then, because this official figurine is part of the collector's edition of Dying Light 2, and you can get one for yourself if you want. We'll leave like a proper unboxing of the whole set to the professionals, but we do have it all in front of us right now, so it'd be rude
So
not to
the
take a look.
7th of December.
You get, in
That's
the collector's
far as fuck.
edition, a concept art book full of stunning artwork from the game. You get this steel book, which will have your game inside it, of course, and you get this
still
interesting
gets
little
CD games?
UV flashlight. So yeah,
Cool. It looks like there's all sorts of vanity elements in here too, like some legendary skin packs, as well as all sorts of digital elements. For more information on these digital elements, please visit the pre-order website. I want this.
yeah.
And I want Dying Light 2.
Kind of thought you'd say that. Well, if you're feeling the same way, then I've got good news because you can pre-order the collector's edition. However, it is very, very limited, so you'll have to be very quick.
Rest assured, there will be plenty of the standard
I'm
edition
not
for your standard
pre-ordering it.
gamer.
You
But
bugging,
if you're into
bro.
special editions, there is a deluxe edition of Dying Light 2 with a steel book, legendary pack, and a digital soundtrack, and much, much more.
I don't
So
care.
to summarize, that's 3 different editions that you can buy depending on what you're after.
I just want to play a game. Well,
And if you just can't wait until release to get immersed in the world of Dying Light 2, then why don't you go check out the Techland Gamers and Goodies website for more info.
Yeah, this is a program for all gamers.
I thought I was gonna say
Whether or not
beta.
you want updates on Dying
I
Light
thought I
2
was gonna say the
with
beta
the
is
news,
for
or
everyone.
you want Dying
Cringe.
Light 2 items in Dying Light 1. Everyone's going to find something they like there.
Yep, and this is just an initial
Please
offering
release
as
the
well.
beta for
The
Check
thing
back
is that the
later
games
for
are
even more
online,
details,
so
more
if the
information, and we'll be
services
going
in the
through it
future
in
are
future
down,
episodes
you
as well.
can't play it. And games on CDs are permanent unless they break.
That's it. Don't forget to pre-order the game and take part in our contests. Details are on the game's website.
And here's a sneak peek at the topic of the next episode.
next
Thank you for
episode.
watching.
I will not
Stay
be watching
safe
the next
out there.
episode. I don't give a fuck about the
Bye.
next episode. Bye-bye. At your shelf? Yeah, I guess for collectors. You're right. If you collect games and stuff. Yeah, exactly. You still download it. You're right. Well, that was Paul, I guess. Well, boys, that's Dying Light. When's the release? The 7th of December. Fucking retard. Alright, guys. That was actual Pog did it. Well, let's see what it looks like. Oh, he was just watching it?
I don't know what to do. I'm looking at my script. All right, my script says, watch the stream for an hour. I was under the impression this thing was an hour long.
Yes.
All right, boys. We're playing some Subnautica. I'm pretty sure.